What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live trading room. Ashley Reeve here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, to new opportunities, continued growth. It's 2026, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty then. Jules, I see you. All right, everybody, we are about to start, yeah? But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, please remember the information we discuss in this video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way, yeah? All right, a warm welcome once again to everybody. It is the 6th of Jan. It's good to be with you here, guys. As always, it's so good just being back on the stream, being live, and making sure that we put in a good day's work, yeah? Good afternoon. I see young Sunny over there. Wonderful. Happy New Year, yeah? Jace, I see you over there. Jules, I see you over there. Welcome, guys. We safe, we sound, we're ready to go. Where you at? Let me know, Jace. Sound all right, visual all right. First stream for the year 2026. Let me know if it's all good. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had a good breakaway. I know T will be in with you guys very, very soon. And he'll tell you all about his as well. Good breakaway there. Good time with the family, yeah? I hope you had a good one there as well. Maybe the rest of the guys as well. Jules, how was the festive for young Sunny? How was it? Was yours good? I hope it was. Let me know in the chat facility, yeah? Oh, there we go. That's brilliant, man. And fantastic start to the year on the markets, yeah? Would you agree with me? Fantastic start. We're seeing a bit of a weaker dollar. There's no, economic news yet today, but guys, you guys know we have NFP coming up on Friday. So myself and T, we are pretty amped about that. We can't wait. We've been, our mouths has been watering for an NFP together. We didn't have one, I believe, last year, December or November, due to the tariffs and the shutdown. Well, more so the shutdown, really. And we are absolutely amped to be coming back onto that with a fresh start, yeah? And we'll be actually amalgamating that one for the first time ever. We'll be having the Crypto Decrypted with the NFP. That's going to happen once a month because the NFP gets released, or as you guys know, the first Friday of every new month. So prepare yourselves for that hybrid of Crypto Decrypted, as well as the FX side there, where we look at the goals and so forth, yeah? But I'm ready to get going, guys. A brand new year, first trading room. And we're going to go for about 25, 30 minutes. We're going to try and stretch it even further if there's opportunity. Like I said, there's nothing that's apparent at this point. I do see some opportunities. I've gotten into some trades. But guys, remember, as we always say, myself and T, we can't advise and tell you guys to get into a trade. It is against what we do. And so the protocol is obviously we have educational classes, sessions, and we do, educate our students to the point where they are able to pull the trigger. You understand why you're pulling the trigger. And if you listen very closely to some of the setups or look at the setups that we point out, you'll know exactly why we got into the trade as well. All right. Our brilliant marketing team is in the chat facility, and they've put the links up there for you. If you'd like to open up an account with us, guys, the links are there. I believe the guys, they will be pushing through the TDME, a link as well to get onto our crypto trading, exchange. And obviously, if you're looking to trade, your commodities, your stock futures there, being the NAS 100, US 30, etc. You can also open an MT5 account with us as well. Different accounts to choose from there, but with the crypto, it will not be. That is an account that you can utilize, which we will obviously get into more detail with Crypto Decrypted, but you're able to purchase cryptocurrency there from a derivative perspective at a fraction of a price, and you're able to hold that sucker there for some time. But we will obviously get into some of that as we do go along. We just want to make sure that we started off well. You guys know what you're in for. We got quite a bit happening. All right. So without further delay, my good people, let's get into some of the information here. I got some fundamentals for you. Obviously, you guys know we do move on both fundies and on technicals. And so we'll be looking at some of the charts. I'm looking for Bitcoin. I'm looking to get into Bitcoin right now. I'm just waiting for that 94,000 threshold to be broken, but I'm going to get into that in a couple of minutes. Let's firstly just check out what's happening from a fundamental perspective, all right? First and foremost, let's get to the Euro USD now. And guys, maybe just something on this here, all right? What's critical for us to know is that you're going to see a lot of fluctuations as we do start, the new year. Currencies are going to go this way, they're going to go that way. But at the end of the day, we are looking for stability. At this point in time, the euro, we're seeing a bit of strength come into the euro, guys. You can see it if you actually go to the daily frame over here. You can see this impulse. So we're not looking only at, necessarily this correction phase, or at least the correction that is taking place. We're looking at this impulse to the upside here. So we're seeing a strength in the euro that has come through. It did strengthen above the 1.17 area, as you can see. Can you guys see my screen? I hope you can. Just let me know in the chat facility there, Jace, if you can see it. Jules, if you can, I'd really appreciate that. We want to be very hands-on, very interactive, guys. Make sure you guys also join us on Discord. We'll be pushing through those numbers as well. Letting the link, get to you guys, because we are really about building community. So we're going to be making sure we get in touch and we stay connected to all our guys. Questions and so forth, you'll be able to pose there to myself and Tsepo. From an academy perspective, we'll be able to answer you guys. Yeah, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So we're seeing that it did strengthen, guys, a little bit above the 1.17. Seems there's been a bit of stability in the economy there. And so we're seeing that the technicals play out very, very nice. I see Marimo. Guys, don't mind me. I'm excited. I'm going to the chat facility and looking who's there, right? Shirley, I see you there. LaRue, nice. Safe. Don't mind me. I just missed you guys, all right? I know T missed you guys too. We missed you, so don't mind me. I'm going to go back and forth. I'll be jumping in like a buffet here, everywhere. The fish, the chicken, the meat. Just stay with me. We are going somewhere, all right? All right, so we are seeing a stronger euro at this point in time with that impulse. This is a correction that's taking place right now. The higher time frames is showing us that the strength of the euro is still to the upside. This pair is still to the upside. And the great thing about the Euro USD is that we obviously know the correlation is positive with that of the gold, with that of the NZD USD, the GBP USD. You guys aren't strangers to that. But if you're obviously joining for the very first time as a first-time trader, it will will be new to you, but stick around, all right? Because obviously you sticking around with us, you'll learn the lingo, you'll understand the system, the flow, the kind of energy that we have here. Sometimes it's insane, sometimes, we just mellow, but nonetheless, you get used to the momentum of the trading room, yeah? So right now, the overall momentum is to the upside. It's not the dominant movement. The overall movement is to the upside, meaning the strength here. You can clearly see it right there, all right? And so what we must understand is that we are now dealing with a correction. It's taking a little bit of time, and, we're patient enough. We know how it rolls. Remember, guys, when you're dealing with technicals on a higher time frame, there's lower risk. When you're dealing with technicals on a shorter time frame, did I just get that right? I said higher time frame, it's lower risk. There we go. Higher time frame, lower risk. And if you're going to a shorter time frame, the risk will be a little bit higher. Sorry, a little bit rusty there, so forgive a brother. All right. So this correction is taking a little bit longer, but that's okay. We're going to wait for it. We may just push down a little bit. Ash has already gotten into the specific trade here. I've exited. The crazy thing about this one is over the festive period, because the markets don't sleep. It was running. I was actually in this trade on some great profits, man. And when this correction took place, I kind of had to just settle for a quick closure, but I did get in again. All right, I did get in again. I'm still anticipating, the Euro USD to rise here to about 1.18, back to that specific high over there. There's enough juice for this one to push to the upside. So we're going to have to wait and see. Maybe a deeper retracement at this point. It is stuck at a support. So we're waiting for it. And then obviously as it does go up there from an anticipation perspective, maybe we're speculating this, yeah? I'll be putting in some more orders there, obviously, to catch that, impulse to the upside. The same as I'm doing with gold here. I'm in gold right here. And I'm already in this trade. I'm looking for it to go to about $4,549 per ounce. We did see, the gold and the silver price strengthen tremendously. Phenomenal news for us. You guys know the whole of Venezuela and the U.S. Saga. Interesting there. We'll get into some of those as we do go along. I know me and T, we got some fundies on that. And not only the economic side of it, but also the political side of it. We're not political analysts per se. But we obviously, as traders, we look at what's happening around the world and we kind of have, conclusions and I'd call them assumptions, so to speak, But when we look at gold, you guys know that it did rally. The investors obviously sought safety amid the geopolitical tensions, and then the same with the silver. It's not only from the geopolitical side, but also from an industrial side. Silver is a crazy player from a manufacturing perspective as well. So, they more or less, most of the time, they're correlating positively. But the minor differences or the minor delays in their movement is really and derives from the usage of the asset. Silver being used for a few things differently to gold. That's why you'll see some of that diversion happen. But for the most part, when gold does push, silver pushes as well. So that's a fantastic one. I'm seeing Shira there. Welcome back. Peter, are you still holding euro? Yes, I am in, Pete. I'm in. Baker, come on, Ash. All right, there we go. Jace, the engine is just warming up. It's warming up. Listen, Tabang, US 100, that NAS 100, I'm seeing upside, my friend. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Thanks so much for pushing that one through there, yeah? But guys, I'm telling you, man, seeing all these comments online and you guys coming in the chat facility, trust me, we appreciate it. It's fantastic news, yeah? So, gold is still pushing up. I am in here already, guys. I'm already in there. I'm just waiting for price to really rally a little bit further. It does look like there could be a correction, but I'm going to hold this one. I do see the upside. There's a lot of divergence here, guys. We're seeing that there's a low and a lower low here, but we can see the strength of the chart is really just pushing to the upside, and the fundamentals is supporting the push to the upside as well. Silver, I've not gotten into silver. This is the one that I've not gotten into. All right, now again, this is going to be a bit more tricky. We have a high of last year. Guys, obviously from that specific angle, you can't see the start. This is January. That's December. That high right there, 85.34. That's what Ash is gunning for at this point in time. Now, the great thing about this, is that we've already gone above a key zone. Let me actually just point that out. And guys, again, I hope you guys had a fantastic festive. Look at that. That area has already been violated. It's already been pushed through. Look at that right there. So I'm really seeing the push to the upside. This was the candle. All right. That's the candle right there. Let me actually just do this. Let me see if I can just I want to find the exact candle for you. Yeah, that's the one right there. That's the candle right there. So I'm going to do this. We are now at that zone. I can't zoom anymore, guys, so please forgive a brother. Forgive a brother, guys. First live trading room looking good. There is opportunity. I'm going to actually just identify this out and extract the range for you. It's between $78 and $71 there. All right, so there we go. Right there. As I go down, you can see we are now above. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So from a 4-hour perspective, why I'm not going to wait for the 4-hour? Because the 4-hour has already closed and there was a bit of a bit of a rejection there. So what Ash is looking for really here, I'm going to wait for this 12-hour candle to close. So roughly around, I believe it's 6. Let me just get my candle timer. Guys, make sure you get your timers in this here, okay, for precision. So I'm going to be entering a little bit later. I'm going to be waiting to see what happens at 78. If we do close above there, that's more of a place that Ash wants to get into. The 12-hour has not closed above. Look at that. The 12-hour is not closed above. The 8-hour has. All right, there's a bit of a correction, but I'm going to give this to the guys that is looking for an earlier entry. All right, Ash is not going to get in earlier. I'm going to wait for it. But for the guys that are looking for the shorter time frame, all right, 79.350. That's going to be the area there. Let me just go into a shorter time frame. And there we go. 79.350. If we can get a close hour frame, 30-minute frame, it doesn't really matter. Any other candlestick now that closes above 79.350. For some of the guys that are looking for an earlier entry, that would be something that should be, it should be appealing to you. I'll be tracking this, but I definitely want to get into silver here for sure. I'm just going to be waiting a little bit for a stronger follow through. All right, but there's definitely a lot of potential here. You can see the price has been rising in strength over here, guys. And guys, the great thing about what we're doing this year, there's so much interaction that's coming. There's a lot of demonstration that is coming. Because not only are we educating our guys, you can ask T when he arrives, all right? Well, when you guys chat to him. The Academy is not just about content in terms of theory, being theoretical. Guys, this is literally about, saying to the guys, listen, guys, this is what we're teaching you on, all right? And we literally show it right there. Different options, different time frames, different strokes, different people have different risk palettes. There's no ways in the 21st century give a black and white blanket cover for everybody. It doesn't work that way. People have different goals, all right? They have different account types. They have different emotional levels. So you cannot just ascribe or say this is for everybody. It doesn't work that way, okay? So you'll be seeing a lot of that come through, a lot of options. After all, ladies and gentlemen, people that have finances have options. Don't forget that, all right? People that have a lot of finances, that have access to resources, they have options. That's a very important point. Remember, our live trading rooms is not just about charts. Predominantly it is, but there's some gems, there's some jewels that we drop here. So it's access to options. Hence, we filter that through here. All right. Let me just see what the guys are saying here real quickly. Silver and gold are siblings. Yes. Big brother, little brother. Tell me quickly, can you guys still see the screen there? Because I'm seeing there's a... it seems like it goes on and off. I'm not sure if you guys are experiencing the same thing. Quickly, just pop a chat, a chat, or at least a response in the chat facility there for me real quickly. Don't forget, guys, all the links are in the chat facility, okay? If you want to sign up there, get on to TDME, guys. Portfolio diversification. We have the derivatives there, all crypto, exclusive crypto. Make sure you get signed up, fund your account. Make sure it's there. All right, I'm loving the response. It's beautiful. Shows you guys also missed us, yeah? All right, so we are looking for the silver. We are looking for the silver. 79.350 right now is still standing still, all right? US 30. Let's quickly get to US 30 here, guys. All right, now, very important on the US 30. We saw that, the markets have largely brushed off geopolitical concerns tied to Venezuela. Although it's the headlines, there's a lot of brushing off, all right? We're seeing there's weaker U.S. manufacturing data. The Fed comments is pushing expectations, towards possible rate cuts later this year. The Fed chair nominations news is now, is real in focus. You guys know that when we ended off last year, there were rumors about Fed Chair Jerome Powell stepping down and Trump involved in that. And it was a whole saga happening there as well, all right? So don't forget that. That's very important. Those things are still in play. But what we're seeing is, even although we have that side, we're still seeing some movement in the equities still, all right? Because there's a lot of tech that's still driving. You guys must remember NVIDIA is a specific company with the semiconductor chips. That's not going anywhere anytime soon, because those chips are made for everything. There's nothing today that you have from a device perspective where one side is speaking to the other that does not need it, all right? So for the most part, and being the largest, all right, we understand why this is such an important stock. We understand why there is so much politics around it. We understand why there's so much economics around it, all right? Why there's threats blaring here, tariffs going up there, this side, that side. It's because of the value of society that, society has created the value through the demand, all right? So we're seeing that filter through to the US 30. We actually anticipated this, I believe, Monday when I started up with the opening bell there. We chatted about it. I said to the guys, we're looking for 48,000 points. Anything above that, we're looking for push to the upside. It has now done that. It has pushed there. The NAS 100 here, to Pete. To your question, Bud, you asked there any thoughts on the 100, the NAS, my friend? It has not pushed above there yet. Remember, indexes will differ in terms of the sectors that they have in there, because the NAS 100, the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, the US 30, yes, they are all US stock future indexes, all right, or stock indexes, yes, but they have different sectors. There are different companies within these sectors. There are different capitalization, market cap, all right, with those specific companies that's running that sector. And some sectors don't have the same bubble power than the next. All right, so you want to look at the index from that angle, that in the index, which sectors inside of the index is massive, is growing. We call it a market bubble, all right, or at least just a bubble. Many of you guys should have heard about that before, but we're giving context so we understand that the tech bubble, all right, is massive. Companies every single week, every month, we're seeing the advancement using AI, etc., is creating more momentum in the sector, all right? So the NAS 100 right now, I told the guys, anything above 25,562 points, Ash is looking for some movement there. Now, the NAS 100 is at all-time highs. There is strength in this index. Are we together? Because the companies are doing well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, If you look at what's happening, even with the oil, Venezuela being the largest oil reserve in the world, I want you to think about that for a second. Trump saying, listen, we're going to be sending in American oil companies into the country to go and run it. Think about what that means. It's not only the oil companies, all right? There is tech involved in that as well. So all of these things are integrated. All of them are integrated, guys. You got to think like that, yeah? So anything above 25,562, and by the way, guys, in classes, we chat about this. You got to get the education. You know, the education right now in the 21st century is one of the biggest bridges that is not being crossed. And I'm speaking particularly in Africa. We have a massive pool of potential in Africa, all right, for advancement, for technological advancement. Whatever you can think of to scale, Africa has it. But one of the things that we really lack here, and our CEO has said it plenty of times before, Amar Ramith, plenty of times before, hence we have the academy, it's education. If there's no education, it's a bridge. It's not it's a bridge that we must utilize, all right, to get understanding. So you got to get into the classes. Get into the classes so you can cross the bridge, all right? So that you can understand why you're doing what you're doing. So part of why I say 25,562, there's education behind it. There is analyzing it politically, economically, socially. We're looking at numbers, we're looking at trends, we're looking at patterns. We teach that, all right? We're looking at pivot areas. Some call them pivot points. Ash is not too big on what you want to call it. Call it support and resistance, if you will. It's about understanding the technique behind it, all right? The systemic flow or the systematic flow, put it that way. And you can see that at this point in time, this area is critical because every time price went to the zone, there was reaction. So I'm looking for that same thing, and we cover all of this. All right. So if I get I would love a daily candle above there. This is what it's going to mean to me here. It's going to mean it is now in a buy zone. From the buy zone, I'm going to be looking for an entry zone. Get into the classes. We will distinguish the difference. Buy zone, great, but I'll be looking for an entry zone after that. All right, so I'm waiting for it. US 30 has already gone above buy zone, already entry zone. It's already there. All right, I hope that makes sense there, Pete. Yeah. Yeah, look, at this point in time, every start to the year, there's still an imbalance. Believe it or not, there's still a lot of people that's on holiday. The markets have not found its rhythm yet. So, and we experience this every end of the year and every start of the year. You're going to see that. But, by next week, all right, you're going to see a lot of things are going to start to stabilize again. The only thing that, hits or at least gives us curveballs is when something is very political. I mean, look at what Trump did in the beginning of the year, all right? Just check that out. At the beginning of the year, we have them invade Venezuela. Guys, this is a massive thing because it's not only the US and Venezuela in there. China and Russia have also given comments, all right? And these are the big players. Are we together? We had, our country also mentioned a couple of things there, but I think that's obviously because of bruised egos and so forth as well. So we're putting something into the ring, some form of a hat there. But at the end of the day, guys, starting the year like this has disrupted so much. So it's powerful. All right. Yes, Shira, I saw that. And did you see Denmark's response? Now, look at Denmark, right? Look at this, guys. Look at Denmark's response. Now you're talking NATO. Now we in there now. We know we mentioned Mexico. We know there was a mention of Colombia. Guys, please understand, Donald Trump is strategic. You don't make a move like that unless there's a plan behind. Yes, the rest of the world may not know exactly to the T. Why? There's speculation, there's analysts, there's people online. You guys know what it's like on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. People are going to give their 2 cents. It's what it is. We traders, we understand that happens. But there's no ways they're going to tell us everything. There's no ways. That's why we're speculating. Are we together, everybody? So please, we're starting off the year with a bang. We're trying to see, position and structure the guys here, all right? This is not just by chance. No, there's thought gone into this, all right? So with the US futures, we're leaving it as is. We're going to see how it goes. The gold price, you can see, is still ascending. I'm just quickly pushing back there. The Euro USD as well, we're seeing it's still there. It hasn't moved. The Bitcoin price, from a crypto perspective, guys, you guys know that it's also, considered a specific asset when there's a lot of uncertainty and so forth. There's many guys that do flock to it. All right. And we cannot ignore that, guys. These are things that we cannot ignore. Look at the German DAX as well. That's another one I want to go check out now. Look at the Euro Stoxx 50 as well. Those are also indexes that we can check. In fact, let's quickly go to the Euro stocks there. Euro Stoxx 50. I have it here. We have it here somewhere here. We have it here. Don't forget Friday, guys. Don't forget Friday. We have the Crypto Decrypted and NFP together. All right. I have it here somewhere, guys. Just give me a second. Let's go to work here. Here we go. All right, so Euro Stoxx. Let's look at there's some diversion here. All right, so I can tell you already there is definitely a setup that's actually happening here. Maybe just some fundamentals on it. Let me just check again, guys. Can everybody see the screen? Let me just make sure there. Shira, guys, are we there? Quickly, guys, quickly. Yeah. I agree with you, Shira. I agree with you. Digital war. Telling you, man. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. Guys, I love it. You guys are fantastic. Beautiful. I love it. First day in, we're doing phenomenally. All right. First day in. It's our first one for the year. All right. Now, just some fundamentals real quickly here on some of the Euro stocks. It barely moved. It's near its records, guys. As you can see over there, the broader stock 600. Euro Stoxx 600 hit a new all-time high, driven mainly by resource and mining stocks. The tech stocks, inside were a little bit softer, a little bit weaker after the recent gains. So we are seeing that, there's some movement. Let's just go to the higher time frame. Look at that. Very strong at this point in time. So as we shift down, the correction has already been done. This was a correction right there. That was a correction right there. We've now had another impulse. All right. So the new correction has not started yet. We're still at all-time highs. So if I go to a 4-hour here, all right, you can now clearly see here. I want you to really pay attention. Look at this area there. This zone, we're going down. But there we seem to be flattening out. So which means this is an actual support that is formed. This support has given us that impulse. I'll say it again. This support has given us that impulse. All right. So if there's a correction that takes place, this is the structure that we're going to be looking at. We're not going to be looking at trying to take it all the way to the downside, guys. All right. We're just looking for a possible short-term correction down here, but we're still looking for upside on the Euro stocks there. Okay. Let me actually just quickly put that in place so you guys can see. I'm going to use a line chart right now. I am using technicals on our first one, guys. It's not as crazy from a fundamental. We anticipating fundamentals to kick in, as we do go ahead. All right. So right now, at this point in time, this is the structure that we are working with if the correction does come. Okay. Now, please pay attention to what Ash is going to do right here. All right. Pay close attention to what I'm about to show you here. Now, if we do get a push to the downside, all right, The area that Ash is anticipating this one to come to would be right there. That means that I'm not anticipating the Euro Stoxx 50 to actually break. I'm just anticipating it to possibly touch that line. If it does, there'll be a wick that touches there and then pushes back up. So essentially, what I'm actually looking for here is this zone right there. That's it. I'm looking for this zone over here. All right? That would be the correction that Ash is looking for. Hold on. I think let me just get my shape running here. There we go. Right there. That is the area. 57. Look at that. 5799. Now, I'm not done yet. We're going to work here. That is for the guys that's willing to take the risk of the drop. But guys, we've been in this for some time, yeah? We know that there's guys that want to get in on the shorter time frames, make their money, get out. Nothing wrong with that. It's strategy versus approach. All right? You just got to decide where you at. So 5799 is the baseline. Now, I'm going to drop to a lower time frame. Now, I want you to pay attention, all right? This zone has already been violated here. Strength has pushed past it already. Please come into the classes, excuse me, if you want to understand what Ash is saying here, all right? We've already pushed down. So, what we're waiting for right now, I'm waiting for this closure here. It's literally above it. That's a low. Ash is anticipating a lower low. If the lower low comes, I'm in for the correction. Right there. I'm in for the correction. So let me put the number there, what I'll be watching. And you'll see this, the opening bell tomorrow. Ash might be pushing this one through as well for the opening bell tomorrow. So please stay tuned. 5883. 5883. Let me place it there. All right. Beautiful index. Pays quite a bit. That's what indexes do. Pays quite a bit if you want to get in. Whether you're using a couple of micro lots, your 0.01s, your 0.02s, or if you want to use some mini lots, your 0.15, 0.25, you can make some good cash there. Okay. Or if you're into this, the traditional standard lot of 100,000 there, 100,000 units and so forth, that's also doable. All right. So below 5883 is what Ash is looking for. What as Ash, I'll be looking for 4-hour close. Ash will be looking for 4-hour close. Okay. Because the previous 4-hour was a beautiful candle of momentum. Now, some may ask why the 4-hour. Guys, I'm not looking to trade this I'm not trying to scalp this from a low time frame perspective. I'm trying to swing this. I want to swing this, all right? Short to medium term, all right? Not looking to go in with minute frames here. That we'll deal with the NFP, where we have news right there, real time, 3:30 gets released. We're trading minute frames. You guys are no strangers to that if you've been with us before. You guys know that, okay? But for this one, I want to swing it. There's value in swinging. There's, you know what type of swinging I'm referring to. There's value in scalping. There's value in position holding. It depends on your schedule many times. At this point in time, fortunate enough, due to the TD schedule and our system and what me and T do, we had a great advantage, great privilege. Myself and T, we can scalp, we can swing, we can hold. It really doesn't matter to us. This is what we do. All right, we do this all day, every day. We are educating people on the markets. All right. So 5883.90. Waiting for 4-hour close. Beautiful momentum candle. If I can get another one of those, I'm holding it down to that drop right there. That's it. It's that simple. I know the overall movement is to the upside. I'm looking for the dominant movement, which is what I'm anticipating here. That's the core difference between the two. I'm looking for dominant movement down for the swing, but the overall is still up. All right? That's it. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. I'm seeing there, Sam. I'm looking at the Euro Stoxx there, my friend. I'm looking at the Euro Stocks 50 right there. Okay, so let's quickly loop back, guys. Euro USD here. That dip is still coming. I went in with a relatively small one, just 5 micro lots there. Stand to make close to about $100 there. Should this price push to the upside? Remember, guys, myself and T, we're not only looking for guys to make $1 million or 100,000 or 10,000. No, there's some guys that are, they'll make their $50, their $100, their $250. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. All right, there's nothing wrong. You convert it. Obviously, right now the USD ZAR. If you are and you have a dollar account, you will be looking at possibly some less profits there when you convert it to rands, because we are seeing that the dollar has weakened a little bit here against the rand as well, which is the next one. We're now below the 16 mark. We're around 16.38. Ash is anticipating it to go to about 15.17. That's just speculation at this point due to the structure. All right, but obviously more from a higher time frame perspective, you can see we've come from a very high there for the past couple of years, guys. All right, if you look at last year and 2 years before that, we were really at a resistance, and you can see the strength of the dollar was diminishing there already. So we're seeing this to possibly be a higher low from a technical standpoint. Anything below this area here, we're going to change the narrative now. All right, but again, for the dollar to weaken all the way to the 10 rand mark there, that's going to be quite a trip. And I can tell you today, that's also going to cause hysteria. It's going to cause a lot of chaos. And, we'll be right there. we will also be right there if that should happen. All right. So let's see what happens with the politics in the U.S. Let's see with what's happening in South Africa, how it gets affected. But right now, short term, you'll really be looking possibly for another drop to about 15.17. Speculative, all right, at this point in time. That's the USD ZAR. All right, let's move on now, guys. I'm going to go to the USD JPY here. I'm also looking at it. I saw a little bit. I see young Sunny there on the same page. All right, got you. Beautiful. Love it. All right. So, guys, the Japanese yen there, we're seeing the Nikkei did climb solidly. That's the index now. All right, I'm referring to the Nikkei index, the Japanese Nikkei. Here it is, JPN 225. We saw that it climbed solidly, as you can see there. The big support on the Nikkei came from technology. All right, came from finance and a lot of the defense stocks. Those were the three sectors. The shares extended a lot of gains from Wall Street's overnight strength as well. So already I'm giving you that to say that the Nikkei, many times with Wall Street, you'll find even a lot of analysts are telling us that they are moving in a positive direction together. So try and follow what's happening with the US 30. And then you can find the Nikkei has similar movements over there. All right. Now, with that being said, when the index climbs, you'll find that the currency diminishes a little bit. That's the inverse relationship that the stocks have with the currencies. Please don't forget that. All right. Very, very important. So the Nikkei climbing is now, you can see, has given us the high. From a daily perspective, all right, listen very carefully. The strength is up. You can see we're not only above the 50 here on the RSI, strength oscillator indicator, it's above the 60 as well. That's very strong. The weekly is above. The monthly is in the overbought area, meaning that there is a possible correction that is now possibly coming. All right. Now that correction, we will have to see it on the lower time frames. We'll have to look at the movement of the correction on the lower time frames while simultaneously engaging the strength on the higher time frames. So we using the monthly, weekly, daily as strength barometers to monitor the correction on the short time frames. Listen to that. All right. Now, if the correction happens, which seems to be the case right now, this right here is a resistance. How do I know it's a resistance? Because you can see it here. So don't be fooled by the uptick or the higher highs here. This is actually a resistance. Hence, we're seeing the possibility of price now coming to the downside. Now, here's the next question. Ash, where can I look for some form of push to the downside if I want to take the short term? Because the nice thing about the indexes, particularly the indexes that are quite big in points, like your Nikkei, all right, like your US 30, these guys are massive, all right? So this is a 52,000 point index. That tells you about the participation of it. It's massive, all right? You can make quite a bit of money on here as well. So this area right here, and I'm going to point it out, all right? I'm going to point it out that if the price pushes below here, right there, let me block that out for you as well. Man, I'm loving the first day in, guys. We sound, we specific. We're trying to be articulate. All right, so they can be understanding. Look at that. All right, so 51,694. That zone is critical for Ash. All right, now again, why do I say Ash? For me, I can't give you advice, but I'm pointing out significance. You can say, Ash, nah, you know what? I think it's earlier. I think that, you know, this zone here is more significant than yours. No problem. No problem. All right? It's up to you. I'm seeing it. This is the last area where price pushed to the upside. Now, if you look at it on the RSI, all right, this is that zone, but the strength has already passed that area. I'm just waiting for the delayed response, which would mean I need a candle below that area right there. Now, that's a 1 hour. If I can get a 1 hour beneath there, a 2 hour, doesn't really matter to me. All right, I'll be pushing in for a short. Now, bear in mind, all-time highs. I'm not looking to short the Nikkei down completely, guys. Please understand, when it comes to Japan as well, there is a lot of the rates and the hiking of the rates is in play. All right, we chatted about this last year, that if the rates get hiked, stronger yen, all right, we could get the index coming down, and vice versa. If the opposite happens, all right, there's no rate hike or there's a cut, which unlikely at this point from what I'm seeing, because they've never really invested in very, very high rates. It's a big exporting country. They rely heavily on what they push out. They're massive on production, manufacturing. It's a strength, it's value to the country. And so, you know, if we do get that push to the downside, it would be short term for Ash. All right? It will be short term for me, short to medium term for me, just to hold it. The proclivity of the Nikkei is it can take some time. All right? It can take some time. Please, guys, it can take some time. So please know, not every asset's going to move when you want it to. Study it. Know the movement, the time frame. 3 days maybe, 3 hours. Is there fundamentals involved? These are the things that you need to contextually understand, okay? So I'm looking for 51694. Below that area, I'll be looking for a short to the downside, all right? Which would merge a little bit with the US 30 for possible correction deeper, possibly, but we're going to have to wait and see. All right. Similar with the Euro stocks, there could be somewhat of similar movements over there, but I'm going to have to wait. I will not engage this to the downside if it doesn't break there, because the buyers, the overall movement is still very, very strong. All right. Now, let's connect the JPN now with the USD JPY. All right. Because remember, trading in this specific fashion, this way, you need to sharpen your skill. Skill takes time, like a spear, like a knife. It takes time. You got to sharpen it. All right, you got to sharpen it. How do you navigate between different assets? It's skill. It's technique. It can be learned. It can be taught. It can be transferred. Now we're connecting the JPN movement, all-time highs, possible correction. If it comes down as we anticipate possibly, then the yen could strengthen. Then the yen could possibly strengthen. Let me put the disclaimer in there regarding the US. These correlations, by default, they do move as you time them according to how you search them. You can even search this online. You'll find it. Which pairs correlate with which pairs. But the disclaimer in the information you receive is not limited to the political stance, guys. Because many times breaking news can shift and it can mess up the correlating pattern, all right, of that specific pairs or those assets. At this point in time, if by default the Japanese Nikkei comes down, we have a stronger yen, we then look to short here. We look to short. Ash looks to short here, all right? So let me go to work on the USD JPY. Look at the monthly here right now. At this point in time, there is a massive divergence pattern happening. Here we up, but here we are down, all right? Massive. I'm talking overall movement now, all right? But this is just subject to this area. Let me put something on there so you can see what I mean. It's subject to that area only. Are we together? Now, if you zoom out, this is the problem statement. Look at this problem statement. This area is actually a new high that was created by this base here. You see that? So even if the yen strengthens, it will not be long term. It will not be overall. The overall has already found what? Stability there. Look. Look at that. So this is where the actual strength is. This base. So this would be a temporal strength in the yen against the dollar. Are we together? Subject to this structure over here. That structure. That is what Ash is only referring to. I'm not referring to it coming all the way down to 78. No ways. And I mean, that's a big leap from 159 to 78. That's unrealistic right now. Look how many years it took for the US to actually strengthen against the yen in that fashion, creating an entire structure here. So guys, all of this is in context. We teach this in the classes, so you might as well get in there, all right? You might as well get in there. So this is a new high. Every time a new high is created, you can see, there's a correction. So from a short-term perspective, guys, short-term here now, we're getting to the entry part. From a short-term perspective, this resistance is key. Let me give you the area that Ash is going to look at now, all right? I'm going to be looking at this specific zone here for possible entry to go to the downside. Let's go to work. All right, there we go. So this is the area that I'm looking for. This is still upside. A holding position is beautiful to the upside, yes. But if we do push down, it would be right here. Hold on. Yep. Right there. 147. That would be my structure. So if I do this, right there, short to medium term. You can use an 8-hour time frame, doesn't matter. Look at that. So I'll be waiting for price to break beneath there. Now, yes, to the guys that are looking to scalp. If you're looking to scalp it, all right, let me just do this. Apologies, I just want to see where my area is. All right. Right here. You see that zone? This is a critical zone. We've already gone beneath there. Okay. So for Ash to scalp it down, if I put on my line chart to go down till there. All right, that would be from 156 to 154. This is what I would do, or this is at least what I'm going to be looking at. Hold on, let's do this. I want you to notice the precision. That candle right there. Listen to what Ash is telling you here. The precision of it is as follows. Let me zoom in. You see this candle here? Identify that candle because from there, from that candle, technically, this price never came back. That was a critical zone for buyers. So if that zone is broken, Bansi. So I'll be waiting for that zone. That is at 155. 155.734. Right there. And then I'll be shorting it. Short to medium term. There's a high on the higher time frames. I'm not messing with that. Don't mess with the overall stream. Okay? You can lose. Now, I'm only engaging with this if it dips below 155. Other than that, I'm bullish. And I'm waiting for a 4-hour time frame, and I'll be taking it down till there. That's it. You guys see that? Very, 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 very important stuff here, guys. Very important stuff. All right? So let's loop back. Euro USD, nothing's changed. Gold price, I'm in a bit of profits here. I'm going to be holding this one. Silver, I told you guys 79.350. That's what I'm getting into. US 30, I'm not engaging here. I actually missed this move. All right. NAS 100, I'm waiting for price to get into the buy zone above 25,562. All right. Then Bitcoin, I'm waiting for 94,558. Above that area there, then I want to engage. USD JPY beneath 155.734. Once I get a close beneath there, I'll be engaging for short to medium. Japanese Nikkei or JPN 225. Let me put it there. 51,694.14. Beneath there, I'll be getting in. All right. Euro stocks beneath 5883. I'll be getting in there as well. All right. Now, just maybe some information on the UK FTSE 100, FTSE 100. We do have it available. That one did rise as well above 10,000 points. It's a fresh high. The sectors you want to be checking out there, guys, is it was the energy stocks and the mining stocks. They were pretty strong. There was also a retailer by the name of Next, and the insurer Prudential helped lift the index as well. We also saw the food and shop prices rise there. and this contributed heavily to the inflation pressures. Yeah, so that one is also pushing to the upside. Other currencies like the New Zealand dollar, there, guys, it did rise a little bit. There's a lot of risk sentiment there that's improved. The softer US dollar, the weaker US dollar. The AUD also stayed near, multi-month highs, and obviously the US data helped us as well. And I already spoke to you about the JPY strengthening on expectations of the higher interest rates from the central bank. I think that was pretty clear there. So what we really need to be looking at, guys, as we do finish off here for our very first one, which I think we started very solidly, the key themes that you should be looking out for at this point in time. Look out for the global equity markets. That's mostly rising here. They're all at a lot of record highs, particularly Europe, Asia, and the US. You want to look at the sectors in them. Energy is going to be important, materials, and tech sectors. They continue to drive the gains of the equity markets. Remember, it's the US futures. When you're looking at all these indexes that I've mentioned now, also pay attention now to inflation and central bank policies, guys. These are also key drivers, all right? Also, don't forget geopolitical tension, Venezuela news. I lifted the gold and the silver. And then also the commodities, guys. A lot of metals are up, especially copper. We do have it on our MT5. You can trade it. And we're seeing that a lot of mining, or at least miners, are performing, well across Europe and Australia. So, you want to check out these key themes for where we are. It's our first trading room in, starting really solidly at a nice base. Guys, Thursday, we're back again. I do believe we have on Thursday, let me just double check here. This at 3:30, we have the USD unemployment claims. Ash is not expecting too much movement there because the NFP is coming on the very next day. And that will be at 3:30. Remember, guys, with daylight savings, there's always an hour difference there. We are now an hour later. And then obviously, as we move later on in the year, it will be an hour earlier. It will be an hour later. It's at 3:30 now. All right. That's the first Friday of every new month. So we'll be dealing with that then on Friday. So I'm not expecting too much movement on Thursday. I think everybody's geared up for the NFP because there hasn't really been one where, you saw a lot of participation. Yes, we had some figures, but we were playing catch up because of the government shutdown. I think now we're going to start moving a little bit more smoother. All right. But that's it from me here this afternoon, guys. What a great start to the new year. Once again, a happy new year to everybody. We missed you guys. We're glad to be back. We're going to push extremely hard this year. So make sure you are also clued up with what type of account you have. All right. If you're depositing funds, make sure you work that out. Speak to your account manager. If there's any questions, obviously you can forward that. Guys, get into the classes this year as well. If there's any missing gaps there in terms of competency, you can fill them up. That's Mondays to Fridays. Don't forget, we have Crypto Decrypted for TDME, guys. The links is in the chat facility. Sign up, create your account. Diverse portfolio is what we're talking about this year. You'll see it. It's happening. But once again, a happy new year. May God bless you guys. Fantastic to be with you guys once again. We're pushing solidly this year, yeah? Ashley Reeve with the first live trading room for 2026. What an honor. Have a fantastic one. Ciao, ciao now.